This is episode 3 of designing and cutting a Harry Potter notebook journal cover. First, let's start by creating a new artboard on Adobe Illustrator. This is a 3-layered notebook journal cover which will be stacked upon each other. So first, we are going to start with the base layer, which will be the main area for our spiral binding and for our other 2 layers. Let's select the rectangle tool and create a rectangle of 218 by 305 mm. A regular A4 size is 210 by 297 mm, so we are going to make this cover 8 mm larger than the A4 size. Now let's select the ellipse tool and create a 4mm by 4mm circle, which is going to be our punch hole. This design is for a 3x1 pitch punch hole binding machine, which has a total of 34 punch holes for an A4 size paper. Let's duplicate the rectangle and change its size. For the A5 cover, we are using the same principles, as an A5 size is 148.5mm by 210mm, so we are making it 8mm larger than the A5 size. Now let's duplicate our punch holes and choose the appropriate amount for the A5 size, which is around 24 holes. Our base layer is ready now. So let's start the process of designing our second layer, which is going to act as both a middle layer and a placeholder for our third layer's individual elements. Now let's copy the A4 size base cover and make a duplicate of the rectangle only. Now reduce the size of the square by 30mm on both sides. This is going to be the size of our second layer. Now let's make a copy of this resized rectangle and change its size further by reducing 20mm on both sides. Now let's pick the curvature pen tool and create some mystical and weird looking designs. I know it looks ugly now, but I'm going to correct it. So I made some off-screen corrections which took some time. Now let's copy all of them and duplicate them. Now we're going to pick the shape builder tool, which happens to be my favorite tool, and merge all of them together to make one single piece, put it aside and remove any extra lines or dots. It's a good practice to copy your objects before making any changes to them, as you never know when you will need them again. Our first step of the second layer is ready, which we will now design further. But first, let's do the same for our A5 base cover. We are going to apply the same measurement principle as we did for the A4 size. Let's go to Google and search for Harry Potter SVG. There are a lot of free resources available for Harry Potter SVG designs. You can browse through them and choose the one you like and download them so we can use them in our project. If you found this video helpful so far, please like and subscribe to my channel, as it will help boost the YouTube algorithm. Let's open our second layer. I'm bringing in all the images at once that I chose for this design. I have already created a sketch for this design, so I'm going to put these vectors accordingly. I'm going to place all the elements on the second layer and copy some of them, which will be our third layer. Now let's create a copy of all of them together and choose the shape builder tool to create and merge them into a single piece. I am not joining the stars as this process will leave the space empty, so I would be able to put cutout stars in the space. So this notebook journal is called Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. The cover captures a magical night at Hogwarts. In the background there is Hogwarts School along with Quidditch Stadium. Dementors are hovering in the background, adding a sense of mystery. There is Dobby and all of Harry's essentials, his glasses, his wand and his scar shining bright. And in the middle of all of this are all of the Deathly Hallows. Let's put it aside, copy any elements you want to keep and delete the rest. So our A4 size second layer is ready and these individual elements are going to be our third layer. Now let's do the same with the second layer of our A5 size journal cover. If you want to own these files and make your own notebook cover on your own laser cutting machine, there is a link in the description for the files. You can also sell those journals on Etsy and Amazon as these files come with commercial license. There are also many free laser cut files available for download from my shop and the link to the shop is in the description. Now all of our layers are ready. It's time to open them in Lightpen software and laser cut them. Our base is going to be in purple color. So I'm going to cut the second layer in black color and all of these individual elements in golden color. Let's sponge the paper and bind them using spiral binding. Before assembling the journal, I want to share something. I handcrafted a limited amount of these lined and bullet notebook journals. which are available in my Amazon store and Mystical Joe Gumroad store. The quantity is very limited and it's available in both sizes. All the features of the product are mentioned in the product description. There are a lot of free goodies available to download along with these notebook journals. There are links in the description to the Amazon store, to the Mystical Joe store, and to download free laser cut files. Anyway, let's get back to assembling the cutout layers. All of these layers are 3 mm thick. And our notebook journal is ready.